What's up, guys? Meowing, and I'm back with another video today. And today we got a reaction to the Las Vegas Xfinity Series race. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Made it home in time from work to catch the race, of course. So Jeffrey Earnhardt and Garrett Smithley would go to the back to start. Earnhardt for unapproved adjustments and Smithley for a driver change. When the Xfinity Series race lineup was originally announced, JJ Yaley was listed in the car, and then it got changed to Smithley. So that happened. Um, Kyle Weatherman apparently had a tire go down like on lap 2 or something. He pits and then somehow cuts another tire. So something was going on with that car, and they had to take it back down pit road and look at it. And then he ended up going behind the wall for mechanical issue on lap 10. So they would take a look at that. And then a little bit later, we got a caution for Stephen Parsons in the Dogecoin car, spinning off at turn 4. Just got loose, is all. No damage. And NASCAR ended up making that the competition caution. And then, according to Brockbeard, who, he listens to, spotters and stuff during races and whatnot, NASCAR was apparently reporting a fluid on the backstretch on lap 19. May or may not have come from Ryan Sieg's car. There was nothing confirmed. We weren't really sure. But that happened, and Austin Cindric would end up taking stage 1, Justin Haley 2nd, Daniel Hemric 3rd, AJ Allmendinger 4th, Brandon Jones 5th, Michael Annett 6th, Justin Allgaier 7th, Noah Gragson 8th, Riley Herbst in 9th, and Ty Dillon in 10th. Coming to pit road during the stage break, Myatt Snider ended up getting into the back of Bailey Curry, caved his hood. He had to get that fixed, which basically kept him out of really any contention or anything like that. And then Cindric has issues of his own early in stage 2. He falls back with the tire going down. Can't get down to pit road because he was up on the top of the racetrack. So he has to try to limp it around the track. He ends up getting lapped, and then the caution comes out on the backstretch for Ty Dillon and Riley Herbst. Ty got loose and sideways coming off in turn 2, and Herbst basically just had nowhere to go. And this actually brought up a discussion on Twitter because Herbst, he had a solid finish last week, but the 2 Daytona races and this one, he's DNF'd. And for the 98 car to DNF is the first time this has happened in a long time, like I think almost 20 years or something like that. But anyway, it sucks for Herbst because he's obviously going to get shitted on. People are going to call him terrible Herbst and all that. He's just had shit fucking luck in 3 out of the first 4 races this season in the Xfinity Series. Daytona, the road course, and now today, all getting caught up in somebody else's mess. You could argue with the road course and what happened there, him avoiding the wreck, the way he did it, and what happened as a result. He could have, might not have happened that way, but it happened, and it cost him the rest of the day. And then, unfortunately, due to a right front upper control arm getting broke as a result of getting into Dillon, Herbst's day was done. Cindric gets his lap back, and then we get back going. Ryan Sieg ends up bringing out the next caution, sliding off turn 4, slash the apron. Might have had a tire going down. He ends up in the grass, rips the front end apart, and he ended up a little later on. He would join Herbst behind the wall. Caution would come out again a couple laps later for Justin Haley, who spun off the backstretch into turn 3 after contact with Josh Berry. Not a ton of contact, so Berry's car was fine, and Haley's car was fine. They didn't really suffer much damage. There's some contact. And the crazy thing about this is that Haley spun right in front, or he ended up coming down right in front of Brandon Brown. Brown, he was probably shitting his pants and getting on the brakes to avoid getting into Haley, and he does avoid getting into Haley. So Haley's the only car that wasn't really involved. He doesn't even get any damage. All is well. There you go. And then Daniel Hemric would close out stage 2 with the stage victory. AJ Allmendinger 2nd, Justin Allgaier 3rd, Brandon Jones in 4th, Brett Moffitt in 5th, Michael Annett 6th, Noah Gragson 7th, Harrison Burton 8th, Brandon Brown 9th, and Austin Cindric in 10th. We get to stage 3. Myatt Snider pits with an issue with about 92 to go. And then we get some green flag pit stops with around 54, 55 laps to go. And then during these pit stops, Brandon Jones' pit crew had an issue. I believe it was with the I'm drawing a blank, but he had an issue basically. And then Jeb Burton got a penalty for moving equipment out of the pit box, which meant he had to go do a pass through. AJ Allmendinger would get the lead after green flag pit stops. And then we saw going into turn 1, or really on the front stretch for the most part, but Austin Cindric gets into the back of Harrison Burton. Burton spins, barely misses getting hit by a net, and you could tell because they showed the angle on the rear view cam from Burton's car. They show Cindric getting in the back of him. He spins, and then a net is right there. It was so close. 2 different wrecks. Almost could have had another driver involved. But way too close for comfort there. But a net does not hit him, and Burton's able to save it. Caution obviously comes out. And then we get back going a little bit later. Caution comes out again for Ty Dillon and Brett Moffitt. David Starr, Alex LeBay, and Garrett Smithley got caught up in it, but we don't actually see what led to that. We only really got the angle of what happened between Dillon and Moffitt. And to that, on the previous restart, Dillon had stayed out because he didn't have any tires left in his pit box. And basically what happened was Ty got into Brett Moffitt off of turn 2. Moffitt obviously got on the wall, and then Dillon got turned into the wall. And then they said right before this had happened, when the wreck was let me rephrase that. When the wreck happened, Ty Dillon's spotter, his radio battery died. So he was switching batteries, and then the wreck happened. Again, another driver having shit luck, and you got to feel bad for Ty because he loses his ride in the 13 with Germain Racing. Germain Racing shuts down, in the Cup Series. He gets the opportunity to run for the 54 for JGR on a couple of races. Obviously, with Ty Gibbs getting the win at the road course, he just gained a bunch of races in that car. And you have other drivers like Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Mark Truex Jr. all driving the 54 this year. So Dillon's opportunities are quite limited. And unfortunately, even though he's looked pretty good, he just, again, another driver getting caught up in other people's issues. And, well, this one, what could you do? Your spotter's radio battery died. What the fuck are you supposed to do? And unfortunately, if the battery doesn't die, I don't think that wreck happens. But, it happened. You feel bad for Ty. He's got one more shot in that 54 unless something changes. And that will be at Talladega. And then after that, who knows what's going to happen with him. But honestly, I feel like I hope he gets some more opportunities. And to add insult to injury, he ends up getting held for 2 laps on pit road for having too many men over the wall while under the damaged vehicle policy. Ouch. But anyway, so we get a restart, and this would end up being the final one. AJ Allmendinger gets the lead, holds on, outruns Daniel Hemric, takes the white flag, and then takes the checkered flag. AJ Allmendinger picks up the win in Las Vegas. Daniel Hemric, unfortunately, comes home second. And I say unfortunately because he dominated a good portion of this race. And honestly, I think the race was going to come down to either him or Allmendinger. Obviously, Cindric was charging at times, but it was really going to come down to Allgaier, or not Allgaier. It was really going to come down to Cindric, or it was either going to be Allmendinger or Hemric that was going to win this race. And I honestly wanted Hemric to win because it would be his first career win, and that would just be awesome to see. Unfortunately, that once again slips away. Hopefully he gets one. I really want to see Daniel Hemric pick up a win, especially with this opportunity he has with JGR in the Xfinity Series to run full time. Yeah. One thing I want to note though, how about Santino Ferrucci? Dude, in just his second Xfinity start, he ends up going out there. He ends up getting a top 15 finish. He got really close to being in the top 10 at one point in the late stages of this race after that final restart. But also worth noting, they showed a replay of this. Allgaier, he got into the left rear of Ferrucci, and it almost looked, I couldn't tell if it was on purpose or what the fuck it was. I don't know why Allgaier did that. Um, I'm thinking to myself, if Allgaier's tire blows or if Ferrucci's tire goes because of that, I mean, and we get a caution because of it, I would just be like, what the fuck, Allgaier? Like, bruh. I mean, you can watch the replay and interpret it how you want, but to me, it honestly looked like Allgaier. I don't know if he was trying to send a message or something, but it looked like he got in the left rear of Ferrucci, kind of on purpose, honestly. But again, top 15 for Sam Hunt Racing and Santino Ferrucci. That is badass to see. Um, yeah. Uh, Cindric ended up finishing fifth. Gragson was fourth, I believe. I think Brandon Jones was third. I forget who finished third, but yeah, so pretty solid race, honestly. Sucked to see again for guys like Ty Dillon, Myatt Snider, and Riley Herbst. Sucked to see what happened with them. Brett Moffitt as well. Um, and overall, again though, solid race. And of course, tomorrow, Cup race. We'll be back doing a review of that once that race is done. If we get the Allmendinger car offered, of course, use my code ANJJ for free shipping on orders of $20 or more at Circle B Diecast. I will see you all next video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe for more content like this. Peace.